Hey folks, it's Vic Noble here with a weekly trade example for you for the week ending March the 25th of 2011. Today I want to talk about why it is really a good idea to keep an eye on the US dollar index when you're trading other currencies that are paired with it, particularly the euro. First of all, what is the US dollar index? Well, what it is, it's an index of the value of the US dollar relative to a basket of other foreign currencies. So they all have different weightings. Now, the most heavily weighted of all these currencies is the euro. Almost 60% of this index is made up with the euro. So do you think it would be valuable to watch the US dollar index if you're trading the euro? It would be incredibly valuable and a very smart thing to do. As prices hitting these support resistance levels, what you want to do is check and see, well, what's the euro, or vice versa. If you're watching the euro hitting support resistance level, you want to see that it matches up with what's happening on the US dollar index. Otherwise, you might want to just wait until they do match up. A very good idea. For example, price rallies up here, it pulls back. These are Fibonacci retracement zones. 79% comes to here. Did this match up with a expected level of resistance on the euro? And I'll show you this in just a second here, but look at this uptrend line here. But it finally got broken, didn't it? Although we didn't break below this level of support back in here. And in fact, this is a bullish candle right now. Look at this. This is live as I'm doing this. Okay, this is a weekly candle, weekly chart of the dollar index. Now, are we by any chance at resistance on the euro right now? Would not be interesting. Let's go over to a weekly chart of the euro. Well, just take a look at this. This downtrend line from here all the way down, it touches here, and look where we just touched here at resistance. And look at this candle action, very negative. Okay, so what does this tell us? Hey, if we start to get negative setups, say we're trading intraday, doesn't matter how you're trading, on this coming up week, patterns that we recognize for selling, those would be very good. That's what price action is telling us on these higher time frames right now. We're going to watch for these possible areas of support on the way down that I've drawn off here. You can measure Fibonacci levels on the way down. You can watch for this uptrend line here to be hit for support. So that's when you want to get cautious about continuing to sell until price action proves to you that that's what's actually going to happen. Okay, if you're trading intraday, it's just as important to watch the US dollar index. I can tell you that with our London close trade strategy, which trades at the close of the London session each day, Shirley Hudson has done a tremendous job with this strategy. If you really should check that thing out. But she watches the US dollar index like a hawk. I can tell you yesterday she had a trade. She was waiting to sell the euro. But rather than sell it where we normally might want to, she waited because the US dollar index was coming down to support but hadn't hit it yet. So she waited, and when it hit support, she then sold the euro, which was at a logical level for selling, and became a real nice trade just by observing the action of the US dollar index. Get that? Really, really important. Have a look at this. For example, watch for support resistance on the US dollar index. Does it make sense with the euro? Are they matching up? See this week right here? This is just picking this up arbitrarily here, but here's a support level. Price breaks it, it comes back. We expect this to be resistance. Okay, that's the week of February the 18th. If we go to the US dollar index, or probably to the euro is what I meant to say. This was that same week right here, this blue candle. Look how it came down to support and away it went. So by watching that it matched up with the US dollar index, we can now look for buy patterns on the way up here. That makes sense? Okay, so keep it on that dollar index, guys. It will really, really help your trading, you know, because it's so weighted with the US against the euro. Is probably what I'm trying to say. Okay, very correlated. So now I'm going to show you, if you don't have the US dollar index, I'll show you where you can get it. Just hang on a second here. I believe this will work here. Let me just zoom that up a little bit. Go to this page right here. Type that into your browser, and you can get the dollar index. You just click on where it says, it'll say File and change symbol. You can go down to the dollar index. It's free, and that'll give you a good idea what the dollar index is doing. Alrighty? Hope that's helpful, you guys. Have a great weekend. I'll be back at the end of next week.